Hello, and welcome back to English in Quiet. If you're here on the bus, washing dishes, or hiding under a blanket with your phone, we are very glad you're here.
Yes, and if your desk is messy and you promised yourself a brand new life at 6 a.m., and now it is very much not 6 a.m., same.
Same, honestly. I know that heavy feeling at the end of the day when you wanted to do something good and you just feel empty.
So today we're talking about discipline when motivation disappears.
And we want to help you with English and with life at the same time.
Before we jump in, if this kind of gentle English helps, you can subscribe and pass this to a friend who could use it too.
And if you're around B1 to B2, stay with us. You do not need every word. Follow the main idea and come back later if you want to hear more.
I also need this episode, by the way. I would like to learn with everyone while pretending I am the funny host.
That is allowed. And if your habits have been drifting lately, you are not the only one. A big idea here is simple. Motivation is a feeling. Commitment is a choice you keep repeating.
Motivation is like a dramatic friend. It arrives late, stays 10 minutes, and leaves when the weather changes.
Exactly. It changes with sleep, stress, confidence, and even one annoying message.
One annoying message can throw me off for half a day.
Throw you off is a useful phrase. It means disturb your rhythm or make you lose focus.
Like, that surprise meeting threw me off, so I forgot my study plan.
Right. So if you depend only on motivation, your routine becomes fragile.
Fragile means easy to break.
Yes, but commitment is more stable. You decide in advance. From 7:30 to 8:15, I study.
So the evening question becomes smaller. Not, do I feel inspired? Just, is it time?
Exactly. And that small change can calm the mind.
Because you stop arguing with yourself like a tiny lawyer in sweatpants.
Yes, and that daily argument is exhausting.
I also like the difference between goals and systems.
Me too. A goal is where you want to go. A system is what you do today.
I want to get fit is a goal. I walk for 20 minutes after dinner is a system.
I want to learn English is a goal. I review vocabulary on the train every morning is a system.
The system gives your body something to do now.
Exactly. On a difficult Tuesday, a distant dream is often too weak.
Especially when the sofa is speaking to you in a very loving voice.
Very true. And systems help when you're on autopilot.
Good phrase. On autopilot means doing something automatically, without much thought.
Yes, if your system is strong, you don't need a big emotional speech every day. Another important point is minimum standards.
This part hurt me in a loving way.
Many people build routines for their best mood, not for their real life.
Sunday me creates a heroic schedule. Wednesday me would like a sandwich and a small nap.
Exactly. So make two versions of the task, a full version for good days and a minimum version for hard days.
Full version, 40 minutes of exercise. Minimum version, 10 minutes of stretching.
Full version, write 1,000 words. Minimum version, write one clear paragraph.
Full version, study 45 minutes. Minimum version, learn 5 new phrases and say them out loud.
Yes, the minimum version keeps the habit alive.
And alive matters. If the habit falls apart, restarting feels much heavier.
Fall apart means break completely or stop working.
My plans do not gently pause. They fall apart with strong feelings.
Which is why smaller plans can be wiser, not weaker.
Small still counts.
It really does.
I always think I need a dramatic reset. but sometimes I just need a tiny promise.
Another helpful point is that the start is often harder than the work itself.
Whew, yes. I don't always hate the run. I hate the 5 minutes before the run.
Exactly. Resistance often lives at the door.
The shoes feel heavy. The world feels rude.
So make a starting ritual. Put on the shoes. Open one document. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Put the phone in another room.
Just begin badly.
Yes, begin badly, but begin.
I love that. Because sometimes I think if I can't do it beautifully, I shouldn't do it.
And that idea blocks a lot of progress.
Another useful word here is friction.
Yes, friction is a small obstacle, a little difficulty that makes starting harder.
Like needing to find the charger, the notebook, the password, the clean socks, my lost courage.
Exactly. So disciplined people often remove friction before they need energy.
They prepare the desk, open the notes, fill the water bottle, and make tomorrow easier.
Right. Not magic, just design.
And this leads to environment, which is honestly rude because it is true.
Many failures look like weakness, but they're really problems of design.
Meaning the setup is bad.
Yes. If you want to read at night, maybe the phone charger should live outside the bedroom, and a book should sit on the pillow.
That is such a strong image. The book is waiting for you. The phone is far away and offended.
If you want to focus, block distracting websites during your work hours.
If you want to eat better, prepare food before 9 p.m. Tired brain makes dramatic choices.
Exactly. Make the helpful action easier and the unhelpful action a little harder.
Just a little harder can change everything.
It really can. Small barriers matter. Another important distinction is between rest and avoidance.
Very important. Because sometimes people call themselves lazy when they are actually exhausted.
Yes. A parent with a small child, a nurse on night shifts, someone dealing with burnout. These people may not need more pressure first.
They may need sleep, recovery, and a smaller plan.
Exactly. Real discipline includes limits. It is not endless pushing.
So rest says, I recover on purpose so I can continue tomorrow.
Yes. Avoidance says, I will do nothing, and I will not make a plan.
The difference is honesty.
Right. Rest supports future action. Avoidance delays it without direction.
That feels kind, but also very clear.
The self-talk section felt important too.
Because people miss one day and suddenly write a whole sad movie in their head.
Exactly. They say, I always fail. I have no discipline. I am the problem.
When maybe the real problem is just that the plan was too big or the time was terrible.
Yes. Better questions are factual. What made today difficult? Was the task unclear? Was there hidden friction? Was I trying to exercise at an impossible hour?
So instead of guilt, use information.
Exactly. Reflection, not drama.
That phrase is gold.
And it helps you get back on track.
Get back on track means return to the right path after a problem.
Yes, I missed 2 study sessions, but tonight I will get back on track with the minimum version. It also helps to track your behavior.
Not because we want a perfect little robot chart.
No, because effort feels invisible when you don't record it.
If you study English for 20 minutes every day, you may still feel slow.
But if you see 10 check marks on a calendar, you remember, I am returning to the work.
That creates identity.
Yes, not fake confidence, but evidence.
And the record should focus on behavior, right?
Right. Not, was I brilliant today? More, did I sit down and do the task?
Because outcomes move slowly. but actions are visible.
Exactly.
I also loved the idea that missing one day is normal.
Yes, one missed day is usually not the real problem. The real problem is the story you build after it.
Well, the streak is broken, so I guess I live on this sofa now.
Right. Try not to miss twice if you can help it.
Even a hotel room version counts. Even 10 minutes before sleep counts.
Yes, if life interrupts you, do the minimum version and return quickly.
Quick recovery is a form of discipline.
It really is. Discipline is not a life with zero interruption. It is the speed of return. Then there is accountability.
Which sounds scary, but can be very simple.
Very simple. Accountability means another person, deadline, or group helps you stay responsible.
Two friends send each other a photo after a workout. A student joins a weekly study group. A freelancer promises a first draft by Thursday morning.
Exactly. Another person helps you show up.
Show up means arrive and do the thing, even when you don't feel excited.
Yes, but accountability cannot replace a plan.
If the routine is vague, outside pressure becomes stress, not action.
Exactly. And the reason matters too.
Yes, a vague reason is weak on a hard day.
A concrete reason is stronger. I want enough energy to play with my children. I want this certificate so I can change careers. I want less debt deciding my life.
Those reasons feel real. They give weight to discomfort.
Here is one very ordinary evening example, and I think it explains everything.
I like this one too.
A woman comes home from work, tired, frustrated, and not in the mood to study for her exam.
In version 1, she asks herself, "Do I feel like it?" The answer is no. Then the night becomes scrolling, snacks, and regret.
In version 2, her desk is already ready. The notes are open. The phone is in another room. Her rule is simple. Study for 25 minutes before dinner, and then she may stop.
She starts reluctantly.
Yes, but after 10 minutes, the task feels lighter.
That is such a human point. The problem was not bad character. The problem was starting.
Exactly. And the solution was not superhuman motivation. It was preparation, a clear rule, and a small minimum.
So the big truth is this. Discipline is usually not one huge act of willpower.
It is often better design, clear commitments, practical systems, lower friction, honest rest, quick return.
Quiet progress.
Yes, quiet progress on ordinary, low-energy days.
And if this sounds familiar, we see you.
Many people live in that small fight between intention and tiredness.
You are not the only one. The dramatic part just feels private.
Right. And it is okay to begin again tonight, even in a very small way. Okay, before we go, let's do our word tour.
Our little house ritual. Tea would help, but let's begin.
First, stuck. If you feel stuck, you feel unable to move. I wanted to write, but I felt stuck.
Second, on autopilot. That means doing things automatically. After dinner, I opened social media on autopilot.
Third, throw you off. It means disturb your plan. That late phone call threw me off.
Fourth, friction. A small obstacle. Too many steps create friction, so I never start.
Fifth, show up. Come and do the task. Use this one. I was tired, but I still showed up for 10 minutes.
Sixth, fall apart. Break completely. My routine fell apart during exam week.
Seventh, get back on track. Return to your plan. I missed Monday, but Tuesday helped me get back on track.
Eighth, quiet progress. Small progress that does not look dramatic. No big result yet, just quiet progress.
Ninth, tiny promise. A very small commitment you can keep. My tiny promise is 5 minutes of reading before bed.
And 10th, begin again. Start once more without making it a tragedy. Yesterday was messy, so today I begin again.
Those are beautiful phrases for real-life English.
Yes, not fancy, but strong. Repeat them. Use them this week.
Tiny homework before you go. Choose one habit you care about and write 2 versions, the full version and the minimum version.
Then, create one starting ritual. Put the shoes by the door, open the document, move the charger. Make the first step almost silly.
And in the comments, tell us your tiny promise for this week and the one thing that usually throws you off.
If you want, write it in English, even simple English. And if you have time, read one other comment and give that person one kind sentence. This is how learners practice real English and help each other.
We love that part of this channel.
Same. It feels less lonely down there.
Remember, small still counts. If today is low energy, you do not need a dramatic reset. You may only need the next right step.
Put on the shoes. Open the notebook. Study for 5 minutes. Protect tomorrow.
We are glad you were here with us.
Take care of yourself, and if the day drifted away, you can begin again tonight.
We'll meet you here next time for more real-life English, more quiet progress, and one more gentle conversation.
Bye, everyone.
Bye!